I do a pay-per-view muggle. So Money in the Bank just in the 2015 edition of Money in the Bank. WWE, of course. Money in the Bank. Show me what you drink. Anybody else remember that from SmackDown vs. Raw 2007? Good old days. Anyways, kick off the show with a little tribute, a little video tribute for Dusty Rhodes, baby, the American Dream. And I haven't really spoken about it video-wise. I've tweeted about it several times, but the tribute that they did for Dusty Rhodes was pretty good. Give WWE credit. We, as wrestling fans, bash WWE a lot. And one thing that they do well is stay classy when it comes to a former competitor, usually a big star, passing away. It still feels like yesterday when Eddie passed away. You know what I mean? It wasn't all that long ago when Warrior passed away. Now, of course, Dusty Rhodes, leaving us at the age of 69, and I believe they're going to have a special on Dusty Rhodes after Raw, and I'm sure they'll probably mention it several times on Raw tomorrow night. I'll admit it, when I heard the news on Thursday about Dusty Rhodes passing away, I immediately went to the network and watched the documentary that I think it was called The American Dream. I think that's literally what the documentary is called. It's on the network. I think it came out in 2007, the DVD of it. But I watched it for the first time, and it was pretty good. Pretty entertaining stuff, and still sad that someone so charismatic, so talented, a guy who of course had a huge dream, not just in NXT, but obviously his history in the ring, his history having feuds with Ric Flair and Harley Race, I remember watching some old WCW Nitro, the pay-per-views. He was one of the biggest reasons why I loved watching the pay-per-views, because I loved his insight, I loved his commentary of it. And to me, he was actually one of my favorite faces, good guys in wrestling of all time. I think, honestly, he's one of the greatest of all time, faces-wise. So, sad to see and hear about Dusty Rhodes passing away, but the show must go on. So, we start off with the Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, he had... Oh, I'm not nasally, that means I'm not sick anymore. Net versus Neville. Break Orbit versus Kane. Why do I keep doing that every time I say Kane now these days? I don't know why. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus Fella versus Make it rain, make it girl. But it ruins. So, 7-man ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, a lot of people dislike this match, mainly the ending. But this match in general, I think, was good. It was entertaining. Had, of course, a lot of good big spots. Am I the only one that was hoping for Neville to hit the red arrow on top of a freaking ladder? I was waiting for that. I'm like, can this happen already? Can this freaking happen already? But we did get a red arrow, but it wasn't off the ladder, just off the turnbuckle like usual on Sheamus. Interesting spot, I believe, was Roman Reigns. Yes, I'm giving Roman Reigns credit here. Power bombs Kofi Kingston through a ladder, and then power bombs Neville right through Kofi Kingston onto the ladder. I thought that was a nice little spot they did there. And they really did make Roman Reigns look strong in this match. But, also was really cool was Orton. Not much of Orton in this match, but the RKO he hit when he literally tossed Neville off the ladder and hit him was sick as hell. Kind of reminded me a bit of the spot that Cesaro took last year during the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match, when Orton, basically spun Cesaro off the ladder and hit him with the RKO right then and there. It just seems like Orton is just always finding new ways of hitting the RKO. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. And Ziggler, of course, flopped like LeBron James in the NBA Finals. By the way, Warriors up 3-2. Good. Beat the freaking Cavs. Screw you, LeBron. Anyways, back to this pay-per-view. Back to wrestling, y'all. Good match. Roman Reigns looks like he's about to win it. I'm thinking, fuck me, man. And then, Lights go out. Bray Wyatt coming out in his freaking 1980s horror film apron on and tosses Reigns off the ladder, hits him with the Sister Abigail, and I'm thinking, thank you, Bray. I know it's probably gonna end up with Reigns beating you, and you cutting pointless, random, mumbling promos that aren't gonna make sense. But hey, if it means Roman Reigns not winning a pointless Money in the Bank, and the reason why I say pointless because for Roman Reigns it would be pointless because we already know Vince still has a boner for Samoan long, wet, greasy, black, dark hair. Alright? Freaking, yeah, Roman. Like, that's what he thinks of him. Alright? He doesn't need the Money in the Bank briefcase. Alright? He has his title shot randomly whenever. Okay? With, whoever wins this match, I'm like, okay, who's gonna win now? Maybe Sheamus or someone. Next thing you know, Sheamus gets on the ladder. I believe he tossed. Who was it? He tossed. Was it Neville? Was it Neville or? Was it Neville? Or, yeah, it was Neville. He tossed Neville off the ladder, grabs the briefcase, and Sheamus wins. And a lot of people are like, oh, boo, Sheamus win. First of all, just be happy it's not Roman freaking Reigns. Orton's already won it, so if Orton won, we've been like, really? Orton? Ziggler's already won it. I know a lot of people have been happy with that. Me, it's like, okay, don't pull CM Punk, alright? The guy wins it twice, and you guys know me, I freaking can't stand CM Punk. Kofi Kingston winning it, LOL, nice joke. Neville, too soon. I mean, the guy just debuted on the roster this year. So, Sheamus was the other possibility. I mean, what are you going to say? Kane? Oh, well. It's like, I think David Hero of PW Sports read it right. If it wasn't Ziggler or Neville, the internet would have been upset. To me, I'm not upset about this. I'm glad Sheamus won. To me, I even said it weeks ago in my Raw review. Maybe Sheamus should win this. Sheamus wins it. I'm happy. You built him up from coming up back from his injury with his, video vignettes of, oh, Sheamus is coming back, fella. Like, you didn't make much of a big deal because next thing you know, he loses in a Kiss Me Ice match to freaking Ziggler, and it's like, okay, LOL, what was the point of bringing him back and pumping him up all that time? Here you go. You give him Money in the Bank, and I know he's won the title 3 times, and he's been in the company since 2009. But think about it. As much as we dislike Roman Reigns, to be fair, they shoved Sheamus down our throats real quick, because LOL, 1 second he's feuding with Goldust in ECW, the next he just beat John Cena for the WWE Championship in a tables match, in a main event. So that wasn't the main event, but he still won the WWE Championship. So, it's kind of like a restart for Sheamus. So next we have Paige versus Nikki Bella. Now, I'm a fan of Paige, but Paige's character has been pissing me off as of late. Before the match even started, she goes backstage, she gets interviewed by Renee Young, Mrs. Titty Dean Ambrose, and she kind of comes a cheap pop, because she's like, oh, I'm going to do this for a change, Divas Division. I'm doing it for Dusty tonight, and I'm like, oh my god, cheap pop, seriously, Paige, you're better than that. And I was worried about this, and I said this months ago when 12-year-old Ms. Brooks retired. 13-year-old Ms. Brooks retired. I was like, oh shit, now they're gonna give they're gonna surround the Divas division on Paige now and shove her down our throats, and she's gonna get every freaking title match there is. And that's exactly what's happened. And, Paige, I know, she's good in the ring, she can cut a good promo, she's young, she's good looking, but what the hell? Enough. Give the title shot to somebody else. I don't care who it is. Give it to frickin'... It's amazing, for all I care. Give it to somebody else. Anyways, so, Divas Championship match, Paige versus Big Titty Wonder Woman. The Crumpet Paige versus Big Titty Wonder Woman Bella, who came out by herself. Remember that. And these Divas actually got a good amount of time. Remember months ago we were all joking about give Divas a chance, and they would get still 2-minute matches. Even on pay-per-views they get 5. They got 12, I believe, here. So they got a decent amount. Granted this was a small card, not that many matches in a 3-hour show, so they had a lot of filler time. But good match between Paige and Nikki. To me, I think this was their best match they've had. Nikki tries to pull up the twin magic. Brie comes in. She tries rolling up Paige like they did on Raw a couple weeks ago. Paige pulls up Brie. 1, 2, 3. It looks like Paige becomes a champion, but Brie's like, wait, no, I'm Brie, see? And she takes out like some tissues because she was stuffing her bra and everything, and taking off like the fake weave, the blonde weave in her hair. Saying, look, I'm Brie. Paige knocks her over. Nikki comes in with her best Bad News King Barrett impersonation with the whole freak. By the way, Nikki kicked out of the Rampage, and everyone's all joking, oh, LOL. She stole that from Cena, kicking out a 2-out finisher. Get to that a little later. So, Nikki comes in and hits her, like, fists, bullhammer slam thing going there. And then hits the rack attack, 1, 2, 3. Nikki wins. Everyone's like, oh, boo. I'm just gonna say it now. Nikki is the best heel diva in this company since maybe Maryse. Alright, I'm saying this now. She's brilliant as a heel. Okay, it just works well for her. And I'll be honest, in real life, she seems like a nice woman. You know, maybe not as nice as Brie, because Brie just seems like, LOL, I'm gonna go chill in the woods. But, you know, she plays this heel role pretty goddamn well. And you can't deny, whether you like her or hate her, you know, as much as I'm a fan of Nikki, she needs to drop that belt soon, because again, it's starting to become like AJ all of a sudden. It's like, goddamn, drop that damn belt. Alright, give someone else a freaking chance. But you know, it's kind of hard giving that chance when it's just nonstop Paige, and motherfucking Paige. Again, before anyone thinks, oh, now you hate Paige. No, I like Paige. I'm a fan of hers. But you can give it to somebody else. I mean, hell, I will take a freaking Paige love interest storyline that has nothing to do with the Divas Championship in order for it to have Paige on my television and her not being in the freaking Divas title run. Thank you. So next we move on to the Intercontinental Championship match, and oh my god, this was the worst thing of the night by far. And ironically, I'm a fan of both the Ryback and the Miz. Miz goes on commentary, and I'm thinking, okay, why couldn't they just make this a triple threat match? LOL, remember that. Big Show versus Ryback. And pretty much no build. The only build there is Big Show's like, LOL, I want a title shot. And Ryback's like, okay, so shocked. So Ryback, remember they want to elevate the IC title? So Ryback versus Big Show. Match is pretty slow. I'm not like most people internet-wise when it's like, oh, two big guys, the match is going to suck immediately. They were trying some different things, LOL, Ryback with an armbar. I was like, really? But anyways, so Miz gets tossed out onto the announce table, gets pushed, and then he attacks Big Show, leading to Big Show winning by disqualification, but Ryback keeps the belt. Remember when I said, why couldn't they make it a triple threat match? Yeah, because they're building for Battleground. By the way, Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns is already announced for Battleground. Shit. Get ready for no matches with Bray Wyatt and nothing but mumbling promos and Roman Reigns boring us to death on a live mic about Bray Wyatt. Yay! Okay, so next we move on to versus Kevin Owens. Of course, champion versus champion rematch of the Elimination Chamber. Now, I have mixed feelings about this match. This was a very good, enjoyable match. Very good match. One problem. Stop kicking out of everyone's freaking finish. And I'm not just saying about Cena. Owens is guilty of this too. I'm a fan of Kevin Owens. But Jesus. Alright, this ain't WWE 2K15, alright? You don't kick out everyone the mother's freaking finisher every, like, 10 seconds. This was ridiculous of when the fin. Now, granted, of course, they did other spots. They did a lot of cool spots. Freaking Cena doing the Canadian Destroyer. What the fuck was that? I guess Cena's really trying to add new moves to his moveset, because LOL, he really got butthurt about the 5 moves of doom. You know, does a horrible stunner off the freaking... And it was almost as bad as freaking Velvet Sky. You know, boy, I get it. Cena's trying, but there's only so much he could try with Cena. Anywho, again, it was a good, entertaining match. Told a good story, but oh my god, the freaking finishers. And then, you know, Cena hits the second AA. 1, 2, 3. Wins. Cena's about to shake Owens' hand. Owens kind of gives in for about 2 seconds. Kicks Cena, which, by the way, Cena sold that's so stupid. Like, first of all, Owens kicked him, I'm pretty sure, in the gut. And Cena made it seem like he kicked him in the huevos. kicked him in the gonads, the balls, testicles, the family jewels, whatever you want to call it. Then Owens grabs Cena and then hits the, apron powerbomb that he's done to, Neville, Sami Zayn down NXT. And I'm thinking, oh god, Cena's not going to sell that. As good, that's probably the best you can make Owens look after a loss. I can understand that. But Cena's not going to sell that. Tomorrow on Raw, he's going to be like, I'm back, I'm a little sore, but US Open Challenge, anyone? Like, that's what's going to be. Let's face it, that's what's probably going to happen. But, yeah, these guys are probably going to go round 3 at Battleground, and probably winning that one. And if it's anything like the Cena and Rusev feud, SummerSlam as well. Oh my god. Again, it was a good match. Entertaining as hell. But why so many false... It's like what Stone Cold Steve Austin said on his podcast. Why must everyone freaking kick out of everyone's finisher these days? Like, if you're gonna do that every blue moon. Not like every other match is supposed to be good. Anyways. So you had a little video vignette of Dusty Rhodes' American Dream, whatever. And I'm saying whatever. I know it sounds disrespectful. I'm sorry. They had the little video package of Dusty Rhodes. Very classy WWE, enjoyable. So next we had the WWE Tag Team Title match, the Primetime Players versus New Day. New Day cuts a promo saying how Kofi Kingston got robbed of the Money in the Bank match. Blah blah blah. So, New Day versus Primetime Players. Not a bad tag team title match. A little okay. Enjoyable, I guess. Not too bad. Finally. Titus O'Neil hits the Clash of the Titus on Xavier Woods. 1, 2, 3. The Primetime Players are finally the tag team champions. And to me, I think, thank God. I mean, here's a team that when they were first around, they should have been tag team champions. They kind of remind me a bit like Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Like, they're that tag team that are good together, and you're like, why in the blue hell did they go their separate ways when they could have easily been tag team champions? Here's a perfect example. You bring them back together, or restart them, kind of like I think what they're doing with Rowan and Harper right now. Become tag team champions. I like it. Good. Enjoyable, fun tag team that has charisma, work well in the ring. They look like a tag team. Cha-ching! Then again, I'm starting to think the more the WWE just did this because recently Titus O'Neil won Father of the Year, and Vince could be like, yeah, I gave the Father of the Year the tag title, damn it. And plus, remember when big freaking Darren Young came out when he was gay? So, again, that was like 2 years ago, so. Anyways, so next we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match between Dean Ambrose, Team Masters, so Joker's Long Lost Son versus Long Lost X-Men, Seth Rollins. Now, before the match happened, Seth bumps into Kane backstage, Jade Security. They're just like laughing at him, like, good luck by yourself. Stephanie's like, I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but, if you lose, it's all on you. And Triple H, God gave him the most amazing promotional pep talk ever. God's like, show them why you're the one. Why I chose you. Why you're the world heavyweight champion. You're not the future anymore. You're the man now. And to me, the way for anyone that's ever watched The Lion King, and I posted it on Twitter, if anyone's ever watched The Lion King, especially the second one, which was horrifically bad compared to the first one, and compared to the third one, but anyways, does anyone remind you of freaking when Kofu's mother gives him that pep talk about killing Simba? For killing Scar? That's exactly what that looked like. Freaking Seth Rollins' face is all like... I was like, am I watching The Lion King 2? Simba's pride here? What the hell am I watching here? Oh, God. It was a good pep talk, but for some reason my childhood memory of that movie scene just came on. Anyways, moving on to the main event. Ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Very good, very physical matchup between Rollins and Ambrose. And there were times, and again, I've said it before, I'm a fan of Ambrose, I'm a fan of Rollins. But one thing that I like Rollins over, despite, making, Rollins look a pussy heel, just like Vince loves doing the last decade, freaking Dean Ambrose's gimmick pisses me off. freaking Nickelodeon 1990s gimmick of I gotta pull a prank on you, gotcha. Like, that gimmick is so lame and so corny, and I get it. The WWE's PG. You could do a lot better than that. But anyways, this match was very tough, very physical. You had the chairs, you had your ladders, you had your announce table. Oh my! You had your brawling in the stands. You had your brawling on the ramp. It was just good physical match. Rollins, got a lot of beating on him. He got freaking power bombed. Did he get power bombed? No, he didn't get power. He got flipped right to the ladder that he set up outside the ring. And then freaking Ambrose got nailed with like six chairs at once on by the ringside, along with the ladder from a running power bomb. Like, holy shit! And the bumps that freaking he was taking from Rollins from the power bombs from like the left side of the guardrail and the right side of the. I'm like, oh my god. But it was a good match until the ending. The ending kind of pissed me off because, like, you could have gone so many ways here. You could have gone freaking Rollins grabs, the TV monitor that he grabbed earlier in the match, knocking Ambrose off. You just could have had him knocking him off the ladder and he crashes a bunch of freaking chairs or something. You could have had him get hit with a chair shot and then maybe a pedigree on the chairs and then he climbs up. No. You have both these guys on top of the ladder. I'm like, okay, well, maybe, Rollins pushes Ambrose or something. And for a second, I really thought Ambrose was going to win. I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute. Brock Lesnar's coming soon. So, he's climbing up the ladder, and then he grabs the belt along with Ambrose. I'm like, oh, shit. They're going to say it's a tie, it's a draw, and that they're going to have the rubber match at freaking Battleground, aren't they? Nope. The belt hits the ground along with, of course, both of them, because gravity, LOL. And then Rollins has the belt in his hands. Interesting. And they're like, oh yeah, well, Ambrose was so close, but, Rollins is the champion. I'm like, okay, they kept the belt on Rollins, good, but the way they ended it was kind of like, bittersweet, because it's like, yeah, he got close, but the good news is he did it all by himself. No interference, no JJ security, no Kane, no Stephanie, no Gudda. Actually, God did come out, but after the match was over. And then JoJo interviewed him, and I swear I thought Brock was going to come out and beat the holy hell out of Seth Rollins, but that didn't happen. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below, subscribe, follow me on Twitter.